All right, guys, new day, new video, and today we're going to talk about testing and scaling in dropshipping on meta ads. Obviously, before talking about scaling, we're going to talk about testing, right? Testing in dropshipping is a very important process. It's very boring. You have to do that every day, but it's very important as a process. So before testing any products, you might want to do a proper product research. Once you find your products, then you're gonna start testing. Obviously, there's a lot of testing strategies out there that you can find, but I would like you to try different strategies and then make your own strategy of testing products. I personally do broad testing: one campaign, one ad set, 3 creatives, 3 ads, and then that's it. That's actually dependent on markets, but most of the markets I do one campaign, CBO, one ad set, broad, and then 3 ads. In the US market, sometimes you might want to narrow it down because if it's a woman product, then just choose gender. But in other markets, I like to keep it broad and then let the algorithm do its work. Obviously, there's other strategies that you can test. One CBO with one ad set, one CBO with 2 or 3 ad sets, and each ad set contain 2 to 3 ads. You can also try one ABO and 3 ad sets. It's actually different strategies. But at the end of the day, if your product is a winning product, no matter what the strategy is, you will end up making sales. As for ad creatives, you can use your competitors' ad creatives. But again, when you decide if you want to scale, you cannot use your competitors' creatives. You have to use your own creatives, because what would happen is Facebook's gonna put you all in competition against each other. Since your competitors been there before, because you found the products from them, and you're not gonna make any sales because they're already positioning themselves. They probably have put in more budget into it, so you're gonna end up not making a lot of sales, and then you're probably gonna drop the products. Well, it can be a winning product if you use your own creatives. Obviously, you can test also using marketing angles. That's another topic that we're not gonna cover today. If you guys want me to talk about it, we can do that in another video. So for the campaign setup, as I said, I'd like to keep it broad, but you can use targeting, but I'd like to keep it broad. Broad targeting, no gender narrowing down, no age narrowing down. Just keep it as broad as it can, and then let the algorithm do it work. Obviously, you're going to spend more money to find your customers, but in terms of scaling, it's way more interesting because you can just go ahead and increase the budget, and then you'll see more results. And for the structure, actually always use conversions, because you don't want to do add to cart or initiate checkout. That's just bullshit. Just use conversions, straight conversions. If your goal is to sell products, then use conversion campaign. So what are the KPIs that you need to keep an eye on? The first KPI, I would say add to carts and then sales. If you have a lot of add to carts with no sales, that you might want to adjust your offer, you might want to adjust your price, you might want to make some changes on your landing page. And then obviously the second KPI is sales. If you have no sales, then just cut the campaign, drop the product, and then go to another one. There's plenty of products out there, thousands of them every day. So just go ahead and find another products and start selling. So a very important question here: when do you decide to stop your campaigns? Obviously, it depends on your strategy. I do aggressive testing, aggressive scaling. So in aggressive testing, it can be after 10 hours, it can be after 24 hours. If there's no sales, I just got the campaign. Other strategies that advise you to decide after 48 hours or 72 hours. This actually depends on your budget. If you have a limited budget, then you can go ahead and leave it also 1 week. Like you might end up having your first winning products after 1 week of testing. So to summarize, what I do is pure aggressive testing. I'll just find the product, launch the campaign. I'll just keep an eye on the KPIs. If there's no sale, I'll just cut it. It can be 12 hours, it can be 24 hours. So your method is going to depend on your budget. What is your budget to test actually? If you say, for example, you have $100 to test the product, then you might want to put it at $30 per day and then leave it 3 days. Also, if your budget is $100, you can put it at $100 a day and then leave it 1 day. So there is no one strategy that is proven to be right. You can use your own strategy. You can test different strategies and then find something that generates you revenue, something that is proven to be working for you, and then you keep doing it again and again. That's for testing. So now we're going to talk about the scaling part, right? Obviously, you have vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. I do like to focus a lot on both, actually. Vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. So I'd keep my first campaign running, the campaign where I found the winning product. So I'd keep it running and then increase the budget by 30% every 2 or 3 days. And then I'll create another campaigns of the same products and start running at a higher budget. Let's say, for example, I tested the products at $100 per day. I'll keep that first campaign running. I'll increase the budget by 30% every 2 to 3 days. And then I'll create another campaigns, but these ones are going to start at 200, for example, obviously using different creatives. As for lookalike audience and custom audience, I don't use lookalike audiences anymore. I feel like that is dead. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm only using custom audience to retarget. So obviously the question is, do you duplicate winning ad sets? Actually, all my ad sets are broad. I don't do interest targeting or age targeting. I keep ad sets broad, so I don't have nothing. In terms of scaling, it becomes very easy because your ad sets are broad. So you just have to duplicate the campaign and then increase the budget. And obviously for scaling, you might want to expand to other platforms, but that's also another topic. We can talk about it in another video, but obviously you might want to try TikTok or Pinterest or whatever. Now in the scaling part, you have to refresh your creatives. You cannot be working in one creative for a couple of months. That used to be efficient before in 2019, 2018. We used to keep one creative running for a couple of months. Now you have to generate new creatives every time to keep your scaling. Otherwise, your sales going to go down and product's going to die. And then for the scaling phase, for the creatives, you might want to use user-generated content. So testimonials, basically customers that already received your products, ask them for a video. Here you go, can you make me a video, and then I'll send you another product for free, or I'll pay you. And then those creatives are way better for scaling because they attract customer, but they also build a trust on your customer. In the scaling phase also, you have to do a lot of A/B testing. You have to do a lot of A/B testing in your landing pages. You test different offers, you test different prices. Let's say you're selling a product at $59. You might want to create another landing page with the same product at $69, launch another campaign and see if it's selling. And then if it's working, here you go, you just increase your net profit by $10. Increasing price can sometimes generate even more sales because people have this perception on your product that it's higher value if they see a higher price. And then also in the scaling phase, try to interact with your customers in the comment section, because the more comments you get, the more engagement, the more the algorithm pushes your ad. And that's actually very important. We do that every time we scale, try to interact with our customers, and then our ads getting pushed every time because the algorithm sees that there's a lot of engagement, so they push the ad more. So out of this video, I think the most important thing is the testing while scaling. Do a lot of A/B testing on landing pages, on the price, on the offer, change the design of your products, change the design of your landing page, and then you're probably going to see better results. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.